game 7, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs against the Aroldis Chapman. Easily my worst self could take control if I'm not taking control myself. And it could think, oh, Brandon, don't strike out here. Millions are watching. Oh, just put it in play. No, that's not empowering. That's not positive. And so that final thought for me most of the time was line drive right center field. Like I thought about and I said to myself, and sometimes out loud, if I really needed to, exactly what I wanted to execute. That way there's no that worst whiny, fearful voice, timid voice taking over. I'm just feeding the best. And say I swing at a bad pitch, like with Chapman, game 7, bottom of the 8th, I get down 1-2. Not fretting. And I've been there so many times visualizing it before the game. I get that. I do my pre-pitch routine. I get back in, work it back to 3-2, doing that same process. Big league breath, mental cue, final thought. It's called 3 steps to keep it simple. It's called 3 keys to KISS. Keep it simple, stud. That's what that pre-pitch routine is for hitting, pitching, and on defense. And yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about that, but that's really what I would do. Different pitchers and situations might change the final thought, but that's pretty much an inside glimpse into what I did in between the pitches.
This is something I love that, Brandon, and this is a couple of minutes that I am never going to forget, because I'm already thinking about all the things that I do personally and professionally where I could apply that approach, where I could create my pre-whatever routine, whatever it is I'm doing, not just hitting a fastball from Aroldis Chapman, which I could never do, by the way. There's no wit where I could figure that out, Brandon.
You never know, dude. The more you see it, the more your eyes get adjusted to it. So never say never, but it would be a wildly important target. Yeah,
that would be a wildly important target with the emphasis on wild.
But you're right, Andrew. And sorry to cut you off, but like pre-sales call routine, pre-shot routine for free throws or hitting in golf, pre-conversation routine when you have to have an important conversation with a loved one or someone else that you kind of have fear about or you're worried about. It goes for everything. Yeah.
So let's just recap it. So everybody who's trying to digest this, it starts in the on deck circle, and then you take and then you pick a focal point. And in baseball, that was like for you, it was a speck on the bat. You hold the bat up, you look at that focal point.
Yep.
Then it was the big league breath.
While looking at the focal point.
Yep. While looking at the focal point.
Yep.
And then it was essentially setting the intention, the what you want to try and do.
Yes, exactly. And I believe when we set that intention, then our attention follows and our behaviors follow because we set that intention, for sure.
So now I'm curious, do you like how long back did that routine go? Like, was that something that you were using in the little leagues and in little league and then at University of Virginia and then in the big leagues? Was it something that you tweaked and really felt like at some point you were like, this is what I need? Because I would imagine everybody listening is going to say, well, that might not work for me in my context, sure. but like conceptually and structurally, like everybody can get to something like that in their own, whatever it is they're working on that they're comfortable with. Did you adapt it? Talk about that for a moment.
Yeah. And I'm writing down this note so I don't forget to answer this. So it's the reality is there's no one way. There's no the way when it comes to mental strength training. Really much in life, there's no the way. We got to find our way through trial and error. And through trial and error, let me go back. My first 3 years in high school, this is my story. I sucked at baseball. You know, I had no colleges talking to me my first 3 years at Herndon High School. And it wasn't until a coach recommended a mindset book that I read called Heads Up Baseball by the great Ken Ravizza. He's like the mental performance pioneer when it comes to baseball. I read Heads Up Baseball towards the end of my junior year. I hit a whopping 270 my junior year. No wonder colleges weren't talking to me. And then it's like I learned about the breath and importance of routines, and he calls it signal lights. Like I've changed it to the gap widening, but Ken likes to call them signal lights. When you're in a green light mentality, very confident, in a good mindset to perform. Yellow light, you're starting to lose control. Red light, you're completely out of control. Now I call it the gap, but a big part of that and being in the green light, he talks about that pre-pitch routine. And so it started heading into my senior year. And, you know, I just finally, I just tweaked it over time. And finally, it came to what I had just explained to you. But like I said, different pitchers in different situations, it would change. For John Lester in that World Series, and Chris Sale in different moments, David Price, all the lefties I loved facing. They like to pitch me inside with cutters. One reason I got hit all the time.
We're going to come back to that. I want to talk about that. Yes.
Yeah. So they threw inside a lot. So I would change that final thought from right center field to left center field to change my contact point. So that changes just depending on the situation and all that.